What's going on, guys? It is V-Spex, and I'm going to teach you guys, or at least tell you guys, or at least assist you in some type of way. I promise you, this video will help you understand the concept of drifting after watching this. Promise. I know a lot of people, they make a drift video, ultimately, bam, bam, pull out the futo, pull out the futo. It's not necessarily the case. The car is not, necessarily what you need. For example, there's 3 cars in here that can drift, including the Futo. Uh, if you don't know, a Futo is in actuality a Toyota Corolla AE86. This one specifically doesn't have flip-up lights, so it's an 8611. It's not a hatch, so it's an 8611 coupe. Just clarify that if you don't know. The Phoenix, a Trans Am, and the Comet is, obviously a Porsche. Now, the Futo isn't exactly, it's the best starter car. So honestly, if you're going to start drifting and understand it and you want to better understand it, I say get a Futo. It doesn't really have to be heavily modded or anything. It's just, what you can afford. It's Grand Theft Auto. The Comet is actually my favorite for just certain reasons. It just feels right. But I'm going to go ahead and hop in, and I'm going to, do what it do for whatever. Okay, so outside. Ultimately, what you want, I don't know whose Bugatti that is. I'm going to go ahead and ease around that like a boss. Ultimately, certain cars on GTA can actually drift and actually pull it off. The reason being is you need a car with a high amount of torque. Not horsepower, not speed, torque. They share the same qualities, but they're completely different. Torque is the ability to get up to your top speed quickly, somewhere in that genre. Horsepower is more like your top speed, the fastest you can possibly go, which in a drift car, that's not what this focuses on. For example, you want a car that can consistently stay in this type of zone, just consistently just redlining, just being able to just burn out and just bam, just let loose the back end.
Are you blind?
So few cars can do that. Off the top of my head, I know that the Mustang can do it. The Mustang with the saline kit, I believe. So the Dominator, I think. The Phoenix, which is Trans Am, you've seen that in my garage. The Comet can do it. The Banshee can do it, which is a Viper. A few other cars, I can't really name them all. For one, it does have to be rear-wheel drive to actually do it legitly, and so no Sultan can pull it off. For the most part, the cars you're going to be looking at is cars in the sports category, but for the most part, my favorite are the Comet and the Banshee, and of course the Futo. Muscle Cars actually has the highest amounts of torque than any other car in this game, so if you want, get one of those. But I'm gonna go ahead and take you to where I like to drift. I'm on PS3, by the way. We're gonna go ahead and go right here. This is pretty much where you want to start at. So we're gonna go ahead and creep up there to my drift spot. Well, where me and my buddy like to drift. His name's JDM Specs. Hit up the mountain, and we tandem and everything. We wonder why no one ever drifts, but people always complain like, oh, it's too hard, or it was better in GTA 4. Like, okay, the fundamentals changed, but it's still the same general idea. And they give you a drift car, and if you can't drift in a Futo, then you obviously haven't learned it. It's a combination of an e-brake and brake at the same time. For one, you need the brake, so if you have PS3, it's L2. If you have Xbox, I think it's LT. You need the LT, you need to press that first. That would be the first thing you press to adjust your speed. Now I'm going to go ahead and stop right here, because this is pretty much the start, where I like to start. You need that to adjust your speed. Go away. You need that to adjust your speed before you even come into a turn. Because if you're going too fast, you need to slow down. You need to have every turn timed as best you possibly can for the cleanest results. This is not some BS power slide video the real deal drift. No cheats, no slide, or no bullcrap activated. People make it seem like it's impossible. It's really not. So we're gonna go ahead and dive in it and show you what it does. Now, as you see, I try my hardest to stay in that red zone. You notice that the car backfires a lot when I'm drifting. It's because I'm using the combination of the brake and the e-brake to adjust my speed. You see I'm in the dirt, so I just kind of like this completely like shit the wall on that one. But for the most part, you can fully adjust your speed with a Futo, in my opinion. It's very simple. You also have to judge how far you're gonna go, because oversteer can happen, understeer can happen. As you see, every drift I do, I'm redlining. That's what you want, just like a real actual, drift car. You redline. By far the biggest tip into drifting and staying in that zone is the counter steer. In my personal opinion, that's the secret, is counter steer. Ooh, I hit the wall on that one too. But counter steer, little counter steer is great. That will get you very far. Little counter steer, because if you do too much counter steer, then it's gonna oversteer. You do too little counter steer, it's just gonna, power slide or go straight. But your e-brake is actually adjusting your speed. When you e-brake, keep your hand or your finger on R2 or RT, whatever it is for your console. Reason being is because you always want power to be building up your RPMs, you know what I mean? So you letting go of the e-brake is kind of like a clutch kick if you drive a manual transmission car like I do. And that will give you that, that boost of speed. As you see, I hit the corner, hold the e-brake, I rev it a little bit, I let it go, and it just breaks the tires loose. Gentle counter steer, and it all works out. Every drift won't be perfect, it takes a minute, but for the most part you can do it. I'm going uphill, so it's going to be a great deal harder now, since I'm actually going against my car's weight. But bam, not some retarded e-brake power slide, doing something like that. It's not a drift. A real drift because you see the tires, just breaking loose, and, just going nuts, right? So I wasn't trying to make this video incredibly long, just a little bit. But I'm gonna go ahead and slide around a little bit for you, and I'm gonna go ahead and get my favorite car to drift in, which is the Yep, well it happens, drift car. Go ahead and get my favorite car to drift in, which is the Comet, and I'll show you some small examples of that as well. Since I already crashed, I don't really care anymore. I did it. As you see, you'll have problems. It takes a minute to learn it, but most of all, keep in mind, gentle counter steer is key. Gentle counter steer and adjusting your speed. You can't hit a turn in one shot unless it's very small, especially a long one. Let's say I'm trying to slide through this or something like that. You're gonna have to consistently adjust your e-brakes, so you're gonna have to tap it every here and there. You're gonna have to, use your brake every here and there. Dang, that's sucky. But you know what I mean. When you drift, this is not a drift. You just threw the car sideways. You know what I mean? You just threw the weight. When you drift, you want to do it for real. So you're gonna slide around, well, like that. Just without people in the way. Oh my goodness, I almost died. So I'm going to grab the comment and just do like a quick little run. Well, actually, I'll put it in a different video. This video is actually kind of long. I'm already at 9 minutes and 26 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in here. And hopefully you guys watch my next video, because every car is different. All cars are not like the Futo. The Futo is the easiest, and it's the easiest to high rev it and find that perfect point to get it to slide. Other cars are much more difficult, which is the reason why I started exploring. That Beamer over there, that orange one, that is by far one of the hardest cars to do it in. Honestly, I can't really get them to break loose. The Oracle over there, my little VIP car, I haven't really done it. The Phoenix, it's pretty fun and it's pretty cool to do. The only thing about it is the car is very heavy and it's long. I'm throwing around a lot of weight, so I get a lot of oversteer, I get a lot of understeer. It's pretty hard. That's a supercar, so for the most part, the ECU and all the electronics ultimately just detects a slide and just straightens it. So I'm gonna go ahead and hopefully I see you guys next video. Thanks. Bye.